AOS fans, we're back together again. Oh yes, we're back together. There's no more Pete talking to me out of his dungeon while he edits my ramblings.
I'm allowed outside.
Well, we're still inside, Pete. Shh. These are just bright lights.
Bright light? I thought it was the sun. Is the sun not square?
That's the window, Pete.
Oh.
Anyway,
outside place.
AOS fans, as you can probably tell from the thing that's written up here.
Yeah.
But we're going back in time.
Going back in time.
Exactly. Once upon a time, Pete, I was a young, impressionable teenager.
There you go.
It was a very long time ago, probably before you were born. And I played a game which a friend of mine had. We used to play some role playing.
Was it called Chase the Dinosaur?
Play that unless that's some sort of rude game. I don't know about. But I played a game. A friend of mine brought me around, which I didn't realise was a Games Workshop game.
I'm going to stop this here as well because we know that Robin never had any friends and wasn't a teenager.
I don't think I even knew particularly what Games Workshop was. I think I'd maybe read about it in White Dwarf. Anyway, they brought out this game and I loved it. We played it, and that summer when I was about 13, I think, we played Talisman. And to be honest, I've rarely played it since. I've played it a couple of times, later editions. This is Talisman, the revised 4th edition.
4th edition. Not first, not second, not third.
No,
4th edition.
Now, this was first published this 4th edition was first published in 2008. And I'm pretty sure, I don't 100% know, but I'm pretty sure this is effectively the same version. And I don't know if you're aware, Pete, there's been some shenanigans with Games Workshop.
Shenanigans?
And it's box games in the last 12 months. Viewers out there probably know better than me, so correct me if I'm wrong. But
you're wrong.
Games Workshop, before the new management took over, they basically got rid of all their box games and they just concentrated on the miniatures.
Which worked out really well for them.
And so Fantasy Flight Games picked up lots of
Talisman,
lots of Games Workshop IP and made games out of it. So there were several 40k games. There was a Warhammer Quest game, card game.
Yeah.
And they also did Talisman and lots of expansions.
Talisman.
But this time last year, maybe just before, no, I think they announced it before Christmas, and after Christmas, Fantasy Flight said, right,
we don't want to play anymore.
We're not doing Games Workshop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mutual passing of ways.
I don't know where the schism occurred. Whether it was just like a end of contract thing, or
and GW thought, you know what, we're going to try something new, or
because they're taking more control of this from box games. Shadespire for one, so maybe they just want to.
What Shadespire? It sounds great.
It is a brilliant game. Check out. There's a YouTube channel called Ages of Sigmar. Does really good Shadespire.
No, I'm never going to watch that. Sounds like nonsense.
And so Fantasy Flight and Games Workshop parted ways. I speculate that it's because Fantasy Flight said that they were going to do Star Wars Legion, which is a sort of space war game.
Kind of clashes a bit with maybe GW's IP a little.
And then Games Workshop also said that we're going to do Shadespire, which obviously clashes with X-Wing, which is a Fantasy Flight game. It's a small clash, but a clash.
It is a clash.
And also, of course, Fantasy Flight also did Rune Wars. I've forgotten that. Rune Wars, which is a direct fantasy tabletop battle.
Yes.
So I think that might be why maybe the two didn't think they could work together.
They just thought, you know what, you've got a lot on your plate that kind of completely steals some of our market share, so we kind of don't want to play with you now. I
was sort of hoping, and I did say it at the time, but nobody thought it was interesting or funny, that I really hoped that Games Workshop had stolen the rights to the Star Wars figures off of Fantasy Flight. Not literally stolen, but made
just run out one day.
Made a bid. And
just correctly, I was going to say Rick Priestley, who probably doesn't work there, but someone like Rick Priestley running, I've got them! Run! Stop
Jervis
Johnson, he's still there, isn't he?
I thought maybe they were going to do Star Wars figures, because that would have been aces.
I don't think GW are ever going to do that though. I don't think.
No, it still would have been great.
It would have.
I think they should. I know that all the heads of the company and everything watch.
They all watch it, obviously.
So I think you should do that.
Of course, we'll set you up.
Sure, Fantasy Flight wouldn't charge you very much for it. So.
No, it'll be fine.
Anyway, back to Talisman. I'm just going to quickly run through this because I don't think there's that much new in here. So there's the box.
Now I haven't seen this version at all. So this
I haven't played.
I do like the fact that the woman on the front has a skull on a stick, and that skull's still got completely organic eyeballs.
I intended to get this last Christmas, but then they announced that they were going to stop doing any Games Workshop games. So I thought,
You
well, I
figure,
won't get that.
don't want to chance that.
But it is now being redistributed in the UK at least by a company called Coiled Spring Games.
Boxes,
and they very kindly sent us this copy.
Thank you. We're going to review for you now, or unbox for you at least.
A quick look through. So there's the box. That's the box art.
You should keep holding that up. It looks much better. We're going to do the rest like this. Okay. Oh.
And there's a digital edition Steam code, free Steam key for the Talisman digital edition.
A free stinky what?
Finger. Right. And there's the rules, Talisman encounter sequence. If you wish to cast new spells.
There's a whole little flowchart.
Flowchart there, diagram on the back.
I like flowcharts.
And that's the rules.
I mean, some of the artwork in there definitely looks a lot older because you see the GW artwork these days. It's different.
Yeah.
It's very
That's
different.
very different.
There's a wizardy guy there, and it's not on par with their current artwork style, shall we say? It's definitely more. It's more 80s.
It's more board gamey.
It is more board gamey as well. Yes, GW's 40k and fantasy. AOS definitely has a much more
some counters,
specific thing. Some plastic tokens.
Well, they're cardboard.
Cardboard tokens, sorry. Well, they're wrapped in plastic.
These are plastic.
They are plastic.
So this is the board.
Plastic,
I'll leave that to the end. So some dice, some special dice.
Ooh.
Now these dice could be new. I'm not sure. They've got the Talisman symbol on the ones.
Oh yeah, that's going to confuse everyone.
The convention is now to put on the sixes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Although it does make more sense putting them on. It's just one symbol.
it does.
I've got some tokeny, coloury base things here: purple, white, red, green, blue, and yellow.
And there's lots of cones. So long since I played the game, I can't remember what the cones are for. But there's big cones and little cones. Yeah, maybe.
It's been ages since
Cones
I
of
played
Dunshire.
Cones.
You ever played Cones of Dunshire?
I have not.
No, me either.
Okay. Then we've got a little deck of cards in
But
here.
you have watched Parks and Recreation.
I haven't.
Do you not watch Parks and Recreation?
Oh no, I have watched Parks and Recreation. Yeah, I have. Yes, I
You
have
don't
watched
remember the
one.
Cones of Dunshire?
I do not.
We'll have to do another article, another review about Cones.
Just-
After Pete's watched Cones of Dunshire.
We're just going to watch.
It's an
we're just
invented
going to
game.
video us watching
It's an invented
Parks and
game.
Recreation.
Of Cones of Dunshire. Google it.
I
I think it actually went to Kickstarter because they invented it.
That would have been awesome.
And then it went to Kickstarter, I believe.
Mind you, what season was that? Because I only got up to about season 4, I think. It's got a little.
I think they actually made the game later in.
Which doesn't work.
Later
Bloody off things.
Okay. So this is a really rambly. We've been playing Straits Bar tonight. I'm a bit tired.
Kind of a bit hyped because it was a good game.
It was.
Very good game. You're going to want to watch that.
Up here.
Hmm?
Watch it up here.
Oh yeah, where? I missed it.
Watch it
Up there? Oh, it's up there. So I've got a deck here. Sorry, we're back on point. I've got a deck of tiny cards. Tiny little
two
deck
bags
cards. Oh, well, I've got a poltergeist.
Actually, I've got 6 bags to go.
Ah!
6 bags to go.
I've got the pool of life. I think I win.
Oh, Angel.
I don't. No, okay. Gonna one me up. I've got a ring. Serpent. I don't even know what these are for. Lots of different things. I've got a siren. Oh, I know. What?
Woo, woo, woo!
That's a very close to the mock
Bag
picture.
of gold. Yeah, you wouldn't get away with that. Oh, you would.
Oh yeah, you would. Yeah, that's right.
Blizzard, wild boar, cursed by a hag. I don't think I'm going to start talking about female representation.
No, let's not do that. A unicorn, a witch.
Fairy, gnome, goblin, mage. I guess these are...
Goblin mage.
You know, this is a pretty poor unboxing because I can't remember how to play the game. But there we are. They are the cards. So
What are those cards?
I think they're the same.
Obviously,
Are they
some
the
kind of.
same? Oh, they're
No, I've got
different, they're
loads
different.
of different. This one has a purple.
Should we have a look in the
symbol.
rules?
Let's look in the
Let's
rules.
pretend we... Alignment cards.
Ooh.
A good side and an evil side.
I've got some evil ones here, and the evil ones
There's a
have
good
things.
side and an evil side.
The evil ones have a picture on them.
Adventure cards. So these are the adventure cards. These contain the many creatures, events and items that characters discover on their quest. So these are the adventure cards. So as you go through you might find some pestilence, if you play with Pete, and you might find Solomon's Crown, which adds 2 to your craft, or you might find 2 bags of gold.
Ooh.
Pete, the bluey coloured ones, which I think you've got, are the spell cards. There are 24 of those, detailing the various spells that may be cast during the game.
I cast Acquisition. That's just more a thing that you do. I'm just going to buy something. Alchemy, Counterspell, Divination, and my personal favourite, Preservation. That's quite accurate. Yeah.
Does that create a small area where wildlife lives?
Yes.
Excellent. So these are counters, these cones. and they are used to keep track of character strength, craft, and lives. Strength being red, craft being blue, and lives being green. Each small counter is worth 1 point, and the bigger ones are worth 5.
Oh, there are smaller and bigger ones.
Yeah, big scope, good scope in there.
So these blue ones are spells. Those ones are encounter ones.
And there's some coins in here too.
Ooh.
Plastic monies.
Plastic monies.
Gold coins, 30 gold coins.
That's a lie.
You know that money, that money.
I don't take plastic.
Oh, we're funny. What about contactless? Apple Pay.
I'm very much for contactless when it comes to you.
These are fate tokens.
Said my wife.
These are fate tokens.
What are the gold ones?
I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
For some reason they're not in the... These are fate tokens. 36 fate tokens. Carefully punch them out. That rules me out. The two title tokens have different appearance. This makes they make no difference in the core game. It doesn't actually matter which way around they go. It's an entirely superfluous double-sided set of cards.
We do quite like double-sided pointless cards.
We do. The gold ones with triangles on. Have you got gold ones with triangles on?
Gold ones with triangles on.
They are the purchase cards.
Ooh,
You detail objects that you can obtain by means other than adventure cards. Presumably by using monies.
And my axe. Helmet, armour, mule, raft. Mules for when you want to get stuff other places without people finding it. Water bottle. Lots of stuff in there.
Talisman cards and the purpley ones.
Purple. All these ones. So these are Pool of Life and Serpent, Wolf, Storm. They seem very everything.
They are characters may discover talismans in the adventure deck or completing a quest at the War's cave space.
I'm talking nonsense.
Okay.
I was looking. I got 2 decks back.
Oh, you've got more. You've got extra adventure cards.
I have. Sorry. Yes, those are. I was talking nonsense.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 of these talisman ones, but they all seem to be the same thing. They just say magic object.
Okay.
So
there's just 4 of those, are there?
there are just 4.
Oh, there are 4 talisman cards.
Yeah.
There. And these must be the characters, because these are the character cards.
Plucky bag.
Now I think this is, if I remember, there's more in here than there used to be. But possibly not. This is still the revised 8th. But so there's an assassin, a priest, a monk, a druid, an elf, a ghoul. Interesting. A ghoul. A minstrel.
Can I look at his head a minute?
Yeah, a minstrel.
He kind of looks like he's one of those cone heads.
So there's a cone.
Dan Aykroyd has invaded.
Prophetess, sorceress.
The one with the skull with the eyes looking out, look just a bit disturbed.
Needs to go to she needs to go to M&S.
Yeah.
So a bit more support. A thief, a troll,
posts inflammatory
warrior,
stuff online.
A wizard, toad, an ultra toad, a toad.
4 toads.
4 toads. I guess they must be.
I guess you can get turned.
So they're a toad card. Toad cards are figures. When a character is turned into a toad. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Into a toad.
Figures.
Figures.
You mean these figures?
Yes, we've got some base rings.
Yeah, which we saw.
Or did you put them out?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So just the figures left.
Just the figures left.
Which are...
Oh, they're on little triangle things. The toad's quite funky. You want to paint one of the toads up to use. Oh yeah, they're on different shaped bases.
Do I?
One's on square.
No, I wouldn't mind.
And one's on round.
These are pretty good actually.
These aren't bad. You could use that one. That could be a halfling, although he seems to have fractured his ankle. He's had some horrible running accident.
This guy is looking a bit flesh.
Now these are pretty basic.
Yeah.
Castings.
Yeah, resin. Yeah, actually.
They're plastic.
Are they?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Technically, resin's plastic.
Yeah.
To quote somebody really annoying online, I'm not sure who that was.
To be fair, the person's being annoying. I was just responding.
I'm guessing that's the troll. These aren't terrible.
Yeah, I think
by any
nice.
stretch.
I think they're quite nice.
They're pretty. I mean, we're pampered these days with GW's quality of plastics. These aren't too bad, even though they're sort of single cast, obviously cheaper sort of things to mass produce for the kit. They're pretty good quality. You could use these in D&D and stuff like that.
Good for D&D. We're always struggling to find D&D.
Yeah, especially there's a pretty cool dwarf one. Exciting, is it?
Sorry.
And you know, quite often we want to find a cone head and we can never find a cone head, so that was quite useful.
Sit around the table.
And there's a bard. We need to make someone use that figure in the next one because he's got the most disturbing grin I've ever seen on a model. So they're quite funky. I like them.
Yeah, I like those too. I think they're good. So that's a quick unboxing for you. So it's not, and we're not going to go into much more depth on that. It's not a new game. It is a new game to us, really.
We haven't done the tiles.
It's not a new game. Oh yeah, we haven't done the tiles.
So here's the board. Oh, it's huge. My.
It is a giant board.
What a big one. There we go. Of course, this is super.
Well, it's a really nice board. I can't actually see it from this angle, Pete.
It's fine. Everyone's preferring this one. That's quite funky.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Dice with death. So, can you remember enough to give a quick rundown of how you play the game?
No.
Good.
No, I can't. But I think you start at the
castle? Well, there's a village over here.
You start in here and you go round and you end up on the
You have to make
train.
yourself on the end. You have to work your way inside.
I can't remember how you transfer from one to the other. Maybe you start in the city. The city's in each corner. Maybe somebody starts in each corner.
Yeah, that would make sense. And then you go past different things like the plains and the woods.
Yeah.
And it seems fairly innocuous on the outside, plains and woods.
Card,
Draw 2 cards, all that kind of stuff.
With death.
And you get inside and you get to the castle, which has the royal doctor, or runes.
So I think you go around, you basically pick up stuff as you go around.
Yeah.
And then you have to use it to...
And you end up dicing with death.
The wheels down the Valley of Fire. Fight the pit fiends, the Vampire's Tower. Suffer blood loss with the Vampire's Tower.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's not a great tourist slogan, is it?
No, not
Suffer
really.
blood loss at the Vampire's Tower.
And
so that
stay
is
for the
it's an old classic game which Pete and I will try and play for you. I think the board might be too big for us to fit it all on one screen though, so we'll have to do that.
We will overcome. We have the technology. We don't, but you know.
Yeah, so that is Talisman. It's back in the shop. I think I was looking on Amazon today. It's $52.99 on Amazon right now.
We're going to flash it up.
I don't know if that's the MRSP, but yeah.
MRSP?
Actually, the manufacturer's suggested retail price.
Might just be RRP.
Or the MSRP, sorry. Yeah, I know.
Just recommended retail price.
Yeah, I think it seems to be MSRP now.
Everything has to add more letters as it's going.
I've got a feeling I've been writing MRSP.
SMRP? RSVP?
Yeah, I think the manufacturer's recommended selling price. So actually maybe it is MRSP, that's just as likely as good as the manufacturer's suggested retail price.
Might be. I think we're getting off track there. Going off at a tangent a little.
That's because we don't really know what we're doing.
No, we
decided our last minute
not stopped us
to
up until now.
unbox Talisman. But that is Talisman. It doesn't, apart from the fact the board has grown excessively, I think it's very similar.
Things normally seem smaller when you come back to them later in life. This seems bigger now.
Yeah, I feel like I was joking there, but I can't think of it one off the top of my head. Not that I want one on the top of my head. I thought of one. So
that was pretty funky. It's a nice little simple game. Well, the game itself might not be simple, but you know, there's a few cards. The only thing I'm not so fond of right now is teeny tiny cards. I don't know whether they can just make those regular card size. Because there's a nice little hole in the box to store the cards in. So as long as you don't turn the box over or tip it or anything like that, you're fine. But I don't know if I can just make those regular size cards, because then people who are incredibly particular about their card storage will be able to find a suitable
makes
solution.
it harder to see and to hold as well for younger players. Recommended age 12 and up. So I might try and see if we can get to play to this over Christmas, which is coming.
Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat.
Yep. And not just
goose getting still to die then.
Not just the goose.
Fat on goose. Yeah. That's the reason why we do all these sitting down, and not the treadmill. But this definitely really speaks of old GW.
It's almost Fighting Fantasy. I associate it more with Fighting Fantasy, certainly than Warhammer.
The artwork especially is very reminiscent of old GW stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the things in here.
I don't know who did the artwork. I don't know if there's any credits in there. Don't know.
No, nothing at all. So we don't know. But it looks like a funky game. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to having a go on that. So that is Talisman.
Talisman, yeah. Thanks for listening. Sorry, it's a bit rambly. Normally we're much similar quality to that.
Yes, that's pretty standard for us actually.
So thanks for watching. Do come back and see if we play Talisman. Do come back and watch Shadespire stuff. That's probably our best videos. But we are all sorts of things on Agents of Shadespire.
Agents of Sigmar.
Agents of Sigmar. Come and watch it. Do sign up, subscribe, like, dislike. Say, boys, where can I get what you're on? And until next time, bye.